it could be devastation for us.
Yeah.
It could be the opposite because...
Only thing we got on the Greys is we're bigger than them. They're just
Yeah.
a lot smarter than us.
Yeah. And they have more advanced technology than us, so anything like that's gonna mess with us. Like, just for the fact they could go millions of light years in a fucking snap if they want to.
I think that if the Greys got here, we would have a fairly okay time doing our thing. You get the reptilians here and they can shapeshift and shit, dude, we're gonna be in
What if they're here already? They're probably already in
we're
bed.
gonna be in such bad shit. Oh, and that leads me into the Men in Black.
That show, yeah.
No, it's not a show. It's a real thing.
You're talking.
There is a real. I mean, no, it's never been proven, but there are conspiracy theorists, and they've even caught these people on camera, and it's just like the movie. And every article I read, that people were explaining these guys that approach you after you expose an alien event to the media.
Well, the Men in Black could just be referring to the
Hold on.
FBI.
No,
the NSA,
hold on. This takes a weird turn all of a sudden. Every agent that they've ever come in contact with was completely shaved. No eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair on their head, no facial hair. And everyone that says they talk to him says they talk in such a voice that it sounds like it's a recording. And then there was this one guy. There was a guy that was he was pretty well known. He was like a reporter or something like that, and had just had an experience and was starting to expose a bunch of things, and got a phone call that said. He was talking to a buddy, and his buddy was like, I have someone you need to talk to. And then the guy was like talking to him, and he asked him if he could come down to his buddies, and then he said sure. And then when he hung up the phone, he heard his door close, someone walking up his stairs inside his house. Said that it was one of the Men in Black. No hair on his face, no eyelashes, no eyebrows. And he said kind of the same thing. I need you to stop what you're doing. I need you to destroy all your evidence of this. And then the guy said he pretty much walked down the stairs and disappeared.
Fuck, dude, that is like...
And he said it scared the shit out of him so much that he did. He destroyed everything. Because he didn't want to potentially get killed by him or something.
That's so many pulling the arm.
What happens if you shoot them and they disappear? It's me, I'm fucking dreaming. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, the Men in Black thing, that article.
That's really
that article gave me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about like.
I kind of got some like chills going on like in the back of my arm.
Yeah, the heebie-jeebies on the Men in Black thing. And then there was this other one where there was a UFO sighting at a hotel, and 2 days after they called in the sighting, 2 men showed up at the desk, like long trench coats, black, and they harassed the clerk for like 30 minutes, and the clerk said the same thing. They had no hair at all. They had no eyebrows. They had no eyelashes. They talked in a voice that was so like perfect, like it sounded like it was a recording, or like that they say it over and over and over and over again every day. They say the same thing to you.
That's just really, really fucking weird and creepy. And it's like if I would almost think into a situation to where that makes me just like want to pull the gun out.
Oh, absolutely.
If I see someone looking out for you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. That ain't no doubt.
Fuck you, Men in Black.
You walk up to me asking me about aliens, you might get
fucking knocked
out or shot.
Unless you're an alien, then you're just gonna fuck me up.
Or you're just gonna shapeshift or leave this dimension or something.
What if it's a reptilian?
What is a reptilian capable of, you think, battle-wise? You think they could take on a human?
Yeah.
A normal human?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're probably
anything that can shapeshift is...
what if it
what if they've been so far into our culture that we don't even know, to mythological beings, to...
or what if they've been somewhere completely different and shapeshift into something we've never seen before?
Or something we see all the time. What if one shapeshifts into, say, like a fucking whale?
Or shapeshift into just something
like
simple, like a cat.
Or a dragon.
Like a big cat.
Yeah. Well, I'm going like mythical beings. People seeing dragons and mermaids and
Sasquatch.
What if
big hairy?
Yeah. What if they're just reptilians shapeshifted into a different being
that is somewhere else on a different planet?
Yeah, and it's just they come and go. That's why we never see them. They'll hop back.
That would be crazy.
They hop back on their shit and leave.
I mean,
I
don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think.
I've never even heard anyone go into that aspect.
Me neither. We just
created something new right there.
Yeah.
It's like that's like a whole nother ballgame.
Stephen Hawking thinks that if we come in contact or make contact with aliens on like a level to where we could actually communicate with them, that it's going to be the end of the Earth. But I disagree with him completely. That's already happening.
Yeah.
We've been communicating, and we can talk. Some of the grays and some of the what are the good ones?
The intermediates.
So those two, I guarantee you, we have made a communication system. Because they've been in and out of this country.
I feel like we've came in contact with all 5 species that I've wrote down here.
Oh,
at some point.
Well, and some of them on such a large level that I guarantee you, there's a couple in some of these races that know English, can actually speak to you.
I'm pretty sure it's this one right here.
Reptilians?
The reptilians. Because if they could shapeshift into a human, take on our traits, be embedded in society, have sex with human beings, create offspring, and so forth, that...
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, that guy that said he lost his virginity to that guy said something along the lines of he carried 60 hybrid babies with the extraterrestrial.
And
But, I mean, that could have been a dream, but...
Yeah, but... anything's possible. That's why we're talking about this.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you have to be crazy. Flat earthers, I'm sorry. I know you don't think there's anything outside our plateau.
But here, I can stop you.
You have to be crazy to not think that in all of the galaxies, way past our solar system, there's not another planet like ours that can hold life form, and that life form isn't as intelligent or more intelligent than we are. You'd have to be crazy to think that.
Yeah, and see, I can go into that and just stop everything from people saying there's no aliens, there's no other. We don't have to call them aliens. We just call them other micro life forms. All right, they have spotted, they've detected DNA and RNA throughout our galaxy, which is the main building blocks, which is what all of us are made of, which is all of us around us are made out of. Yeah. So you can't tell me that there's not going to be life somewhere else. There's sister planets just like us. There's multiple galaxies with confirmed planets around it that have water and nitrogen and, just what we need to thrive. And it's like, if you just open your mind a little bit and just do a little bit of research.
Absolutely. Everything we're talking about, go look at some of these articles. It'll blow your mind going in depth into some of these articles. Hey, I'll shoot all this down real quick. We are actually just atoms and bacteria in a way much larger world. Let that set in for a second.
Just carbon, man.
Yeah, we're just little germs inside someone else's nightmare.
Yep. See, who knows? We could be. See,
that's
thinking
crazy
about it.
That's a crazy thing. I don't believe in that. but it could be possible.
I think
the end of Men in Black, where he goes in the galaxy, is that kid's marble.
Oh yeah. Want to go into more? Think about more like on a huge scale civilization that would be able to put out the wow frequency, because the frequency that they put out had as much energy as like 10 times our sun. So and
they can harness that.
And they can harness that. So just think about how like big or like how advanced something would have to be to harness that. What if they just harness the power of the fucking sun and they just use that they completely harness that they can like.
Yeah, but think of all the other solar systems that have a sun. Have a giant ball of
fire in the sky.
Yeah, a fire that just sits there.
Well, they have spotted other galaxies that they think have. They say most galaxies have at least one planet rotating around its sun, in which, depending on how close it is, it would be good.
I wonder if that's what they count solar system. It has to have a sun
and a planet.
Yeah, it has to have a sun and a planet orbiting it. Everything else is just blank. What did they call that? Empty space?
Yeah, just empty space. And we could see in our galaxy.
I read something that there are like 52 megatrillion, bajillion, I can't remember the number he used, but it is something retarded.
About suns?
No, amount of planets.
Oh yeah.
In where we have sent out satellites. Just within how many years have we been sending out satellites?
Long.
Not 100 years.
Not 100 years, but
think about when we get 100 to 1,000 years into sending satellites out.
Away from nation. Well, this depends if.
I mean, we've only been sending satellites out for what, 40 years? 60 years probably. We probably sent the first one out in the 50s, 60s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah, around there.
You can't tell me that the space technology that they are receiving is surpassing the knowledge that they can actually send out to the public. I mean, NASA and all these people that study space, they can't tell you what's up there because the public would go crazy. Which is bullshit because you can't hold our civilization back from advancing. I mean, knowledge is the key to advancing in a civilization, in my opinion. So, I mean, if you're holding all these people back from knowing something, it's just it's fucked up.
In our solar system, they were saying the most likely place that that aliens would pit stop at would be Jupiter's moon Europa, because it contains I can't remember how many times.
Other than our moon.
Well, that moon particularly contains like I don't remember how many times, but it has way more water than we have on Earth as a whole.
There is
inside of the moon.
There are the astronauts. Every astronaut that has gone up into space and gone to the moon has said there's aliens up there. And then everyone tries to shut them up.
Yeah, there's the live images on some of the telescopes that they live recorded on satellites and stuff of them going past the moon. It literally, sometimes you'll see like a light looks like it's just taken off.
Well, the Neil Armstrong journey, when everyone was up there with Neil Armstrong, they were up there for 33 hours on the moon.
Yeah.
You don't think that they had plenty of time to see a bunch of stuff up there?
Oh yeah. Well, because in the original video of them landing, in the background, people zoomed up. There was a fucking pyramid on the moon somewhere.
And the dark side of the moon.
On the dark side.
And that's what Neil Armstrong and all those guys claimed. That right on that edge of that shadow, there are vehicles, there are aliens. They're literally standing right at that edge watching you. That's what he said, up there. I can see them watching us. They're right there. You look in the dark side of